Hi guys, it's Anissa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing my Shop My Stash for the month of August. And I only thought that it was fitting to start doing the intros of these videos vlog style because the rest of the video is vlog style. If you guys have never seen these videos from me, pretty much what I do is I go through these two huge bins of makeup that I have, which is all of my makeup collection. And I pick makeup out for the month to put in my main drawer, which is like my everyday stash, what I would use to get ready in the morning, what I use to film TikToks. I also have a lot of favorites from last month's picks. I will be putting those in throughout the video as we go category by category. If you guys are interested to see what makeup I will be using this month, then make sure to keep on watching. But before we go any further, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post on this channel once a week, so you never have to miss me for too long. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. This is the drawer from last month. I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I need to do a full face of makeup I'm getting rid of. This is all the makeup that I'm getting rid of. I mean, it's definitely enough to do a full face. For those of you that are new here, this storage over here is high-end makeup, and then this bin over here is drugstore makeup. Drawers are organized in the order that I do my face. Drugstore primer drawer at the moment, pretty full, and I actually pretty much love everything in here. I am actually going to start in this drawer over here, which is the high-end primer drawer, just because I have more new high-end ones. I pretty much love everything from the drugstore. I think I have like one to pull, but we're gonna do these first. Makeup Forever Shine Control Step 1 Primer. In the video that I tried this in, I had mentioned that I used to love this stuff. It was my holy grail. And when I used it this time around, it actually balled up on the skin. We need to see what's going on. Mini version of the MAC Strobe Cream. Probably my favorite new primer that I've tried so far recently. This is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mini Primer. This reminds me so much of the Milani No Pore Zone. It's just like that water cream gel texture. It melts into the skin beautifully, but does a really good job at smoothing. Smashbox Vitamin Glow Primer. I'd have to say my favorite Smashbox primer is probably the Primerizer in the original. I did use the Primerizer this month, so I'm gonna put that back. This was a new product that I pulled last month that I actually really liked. Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I actually like this more than the Veil, so I think that I'm gonna declutter the Veil because this is like just so much lighter. It melts into the skin beautifully. Everything else I love in this drawer. These are the two that are the newest in my collection. MILANI Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. This is actually more of a lotion texture, but it's very light. It's not heavy feeling on the face. Milani does not come to play when it comes to primers. From the drugstore, Elf and Milani probably make the best primers. This one, I'm like not super sure on. I just tried it in my recent testing new makeup. This is the Neutrogena Glow Primer and Serum Hydro Boost. It was nice, but my thing is Neutrogena is so expensive, and I feel like you could maybe get something like this at a cheaper price. Is it worth being on the higher end side of drugstore makeup? This definitely is the most watery primer that I have. We are back over to the high end side for eye primers. I actually decluttered every single eye primer that I pulled last month except for one. I don't have any new ones from the drugstore, but I do have one new one from Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set Primer Kit in the color Deep. I really love the concept of this. Now I'm trying to figure out, okay, is this something that I absolutely have to have, or can this be replicated on a drugstore level? Because pretty much what you have is two creams and a powder. Because I've just decided I'm completely ditching translucent eye primers. My eyelids are so discolored, need that correction that a translucent eye primer just does not do it for me. I have moved strictly to colored eye primers. That is a preference thing. I used to not set my eye primer, but I did in my last video, and oh my gosh, my shadows went on so smoothly and they just blended beautifully. Guys, this is a hard one for me to declutter because this is actually a really good eyeshadow primer. It's like the only translucent eyeshadow primer that I really feel like does just a good solid job at being an eyeshadow primer, but unfortunately, this is discontinued. NYX Waterproof Proof It eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. For my other eyeshadow primer this month, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Lid Lockup eyeshadow primer. This has a slight tint to it, and I've honestly used it very passively. Next is foundations, and trust me, the drugstore side always looks better than the high-end side. I'm actually going to only pull foundations that are completely brand new to my collection because I think I pull so many sometimes that when I pull ones that I love, they're the only thing that I use. Revlon ColorStay Full Cover Foundation in the color 425. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the color 111. I only have one new high-end foundation, and I honestly was not super wowed by this like other people have been. Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, and I have this in the color 44N. I wasn't wowed. It didn't do anything spectacular for me, but I'm gonna give it one more try because I've only tried it once, and when you try things once, especially with other new makeup products, it could be the other products that I used. I didn't have any foundations that I super loved this month, but there was one combination that I tried that was absolutely beautiful on the skin. Now, do you need to go buy these products? Absolutely not. They're not super necessary, but if you happen to have both of them in your collection, new NARS Soft Reflecting Foundation, L'Oreal True Match, absolutely so skin-like, so dewy and just plump, gave a really nice high medium coverage. They were beautiful on the skin. I used this combo in a video and was absolutely obsessed. So this was my favorite foundation combination from the month. Concealers. I loved all of the concealers that I used this month. I did not declutter one, but I do have a couple new ones from the high-end side of makeup. The only one that I really feel like I didn't use a whole bunch is this LA Girl Pro Conceal Suede. I feel like this used to be the thing to have, especially in like 2015, 2016. The formula definitely is thinner than it used to be, but I'm just trying to see, like, is this something that I would recommend to you guys, or is there better things at the drugstore? I have 3 new concealers. Benefit BOI-ING Cakeless Concealer in the color 8.25. I do not use this on its own. I use this for highlighting solely. DIOR Backstage Flawless Concealer in the color 5N. It has a brush tip applicator. Oh my goodness, it is just so perfect for product control. It gives you the perfect amount. Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. Pretty positive that they are discontinuing this concealer, the original Overachiever Concealer, which is really, really sad because this has high amounts of coverage in it, but I'm not decluttering it till they do. If you guys are wanting to grab this, go ahead because it is 50% off. I've only used this once. Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer, 4.5. The powder foundation does not come to play. I have been mixing my matte concealers with something more natural though, because I feel like they just look so much more pretty when you set them. I can't not set my concealer, so when I use something matte, I feel like it always looks cakey when I set it, but I can't not set it. I lied, there's one more new one. Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer, and I have this in the color Biscuit Warm. The Lancome foundation is actually the very first high-end one that I ever bought, and I still have it to this day, and 5 years later, the same bottle still works like magic. Not recommending that you hold on to your makeup for that long. Do as I say, not as I do. These are the 2 concealers that I'm kind of like meh about, and I really feel like I should not be meh about these. These are potential declutters. Pat McGrath's Sublime Perfection Concealer. Now that I think about this, I really should not be meh about this concealer because it is so expensive. Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser, and I have this one in the color WN100. We are gonna move on to pot concealers for carving out the brows. I'm only gonna pull one because on day-to-day basis, I rarely actually carve my brows out. I usually always do my face first when I'm not doing eyeshadow. This is actually a foundation stick. Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick in the color Praline. The reason I use this on my brows is because it is way too light for my face. I love how creamy this is. Someone pray for me. Like, this is not healthy. I decluttered a lot of powders this month, but I also had a lot of good ones that I want to share with you guys. This is the powder that took me by storm. Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder. I don't know why I'm so surprised. We've all tried the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. If you haven't tried the powder, it is just as good. So finely milled. It's actually translucent, which we love. I have 5 new powders and 1 declutter. This is a product that I've actually decluttered and bought back into my collection because everybody loves it so much and I do not. Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the color 30 Medium Deep. People compare this to the Huda Beauty loose powder, but I feel like this is a little bit thicker than that and it has coverage, but it's just not super finely milled. I have other powders from the drugstore that have coverage and are finely milled that I actually like and reach for. This never comes to mind when I think of a good drugstore loose setting powder. Ofra Banana Powder, just your traditional banana powder. I love to use products like these to just add a little bit of touch of brightness underneath the eyes. Ilia Soft Focus Finishing Powder. This brand makes the creamiest concealer that I have ever tried. I'm so excited to try the rest of the products from this line. Glowy-ish Setting Powder. Sephora Micro Smooth Multitasking Baked Face Powder. Sorry, you guys can see my ring light. This is very, very finely milled and it has just a little bit of a shimmer to it. It just gives a little bit of a glow to the face. I really can't say much about these because I've only used them once. Bite Beauty Changemaker Flexible Coverage Press Powder in Tan 2. I'm thinking I may have to declutter this as well soon because I think they're discontinuing this line. I love the foundation from Bite Beauty, so I went to go look it up and the whole line is 50% off. It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder in the color Rich. Next is Cheeks So highlighter, bronzer, blush. I have 2 powder bronzers that I still did not get enough use out of, but I do want to go ahead and pull this product because, oh my gosh, I've only used it once, but I was so impressed. NYX Wonder Stick, and it comes with a highlighter, which is absolutely beautiful, and then it comes with a cream bronzer. My cream bronzer is the most empty section out of everything else. I am going to actually declutter this. I was holding on to this for a long time in case I ever wanted to do a one brand tutorial and needed a cream contour from NYX. This is the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer in the color Espresso, but now I have this, so I don't need both. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. Move over to the high-end side. All of my blushes are from high-end, and I have only used them once. One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio. This is what it looks like. Y'all, this cream blush, first impression, was the most pigmented cream blush I've ever tried. I'm really excited to use this like more shimmery shade, get my highlighter and blush out of the same product. I don't even remember trying this. Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Blush in the color Peach Caramel. This is what it looks like. Just, you know, the tones that I love. Excuse the hair. We're gonna act like that hair is not there. Ooh. These are my tones, y'all. Those brown pinky nudes are my fave. Lastly, from LYS, this is the Higher Standard Semi Matte Cream Blush in the color Confident. And that's what that looks like. I am gonna pull one powder blush because I usually like to use cream and powder. Works out perfectly because I've been wanting to try this product a little bit more. Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette, and this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna pull one highlighter palette because this has 2 highlighters in it. Makeup Revolution X Soph Glow Highlighter Duo. So beautiful. When I pull too many products, it doesn't force me to use all of them. So I'm really trying to keep it more condensed. Favorite from this month, Pure Matte Blush in the color Blushing Act. Guys, this is such a soft formula. It blends out onto the cheeks beautifully, and it has a lot of pigment, so a little goes a long way. On a daily, I do not wear lip color. I just like to use a lip balm and go with it. I'm really just gonna pull lip balms for my Shop My Stash because that's what I use on a day-to-day basis. 3 different lip balms. Flawless Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Plumping Mask. Loved this when I used it because it's super light, but it has like a little bit of a tingly feeling, which y'all know I live for. It's no secret. I've had this in my collection forever. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. I'll have to check. Seraphine Botanicals Apple and Balm Glow Lip Mask. I love the convenient packaging. Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. A little late to the party, but I made it. Lastly is eyebrows, mascara, eyeliner. Before I pull new stuff, I am actually going to declutter this product right here. e.l.f. Gel Eyeliner. These just do not show up. They're not a true black. They're not a true brown. I'm actually not going to pull any new mascaras because I finally got my lash extensions back on. So I want to go ahead and go back to strictly testing them on my bottom lashes. For this month, I'm really focusing on pulling from my high-end eye products specifically because I'm starting to wonder if high-end mascara is a hoax. I tell you guys this all the time. There's definitely a very big difference between some high-end foundations and some drugstore foundations, but I really haven't seen much of a difference in eyeliners and mascaras. I have to shout out this brow product. This was new in my collection last month. Too Faced Super Fine Brow Detailer in the color Espresso. This was so creamy. It's not like your traditional brow pencil. It actually has more of like an oval shape to it, if you guys can see that, rather than a circular shape. One new brow gel for this month that I've only tried one. Huda Beauty #Bomb Brow Full and Fluffy Brow Gel, and I have this in the color number 7 Black Brown. This has a really super tiny applicator, and it actually has like microfiber hairs on it. Eyeliner, I'm not super familiar with any of these. Huda Beauty Lifeliner Quick and Easy Precise Liquid Liner. The tip is super small. Essence actually has a super new eyeliner that I need to try, but I don't remember how I feel about this one. The Essence 24-Hour Ink Liner Intense Black. Drugstore eyeliners are a perfect example of what I feel like you don't have to spend a lot of money on because the Maybelline Hyper Easy eyeliner is literally my favorite of all time. Neutrogena Precision Liquid Eyeliner. I do prefer a pen tip. I think that they are way easier and user-friendly than the wands are. I think the wands are super messy. I've only used once. Honestly, wasn't super crazy about it. Wet n Wild Micro Brow Pencil. I'm honestly not super picky when it comes to brow pencils. I just want something that's pigmented and blends well. I had a really hard time getting pigment out of this and getting it to blend, but again, I always like to try things at least twice. I don't know how much more high-end you can get from a brow pencil than Hourglass. Hourglass Arch Brow Micro Sculpting pencil in the color Natural Black. I forgot I had this. Last brow pencil is from Fenty. This is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Styler, and I have this in the color Black Brown. Usually just go in with like eyeshadow on my lower lash, but when I do take the time to go on my waterline, I like to use eye pencils. So this one is from Morphe, and this is the eyeliner pencil in the color Dimmer. Nice dark chocolate brown. This is the finished product. I feel like I've got just the right amount of products. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.